Good morning, world. We know that one of the best tools for managing ADHD, of course, is your schedule plan organization system. And you've taken a lot of time and put something together that is working for you, that is helping you manage your symptoms and even thriving with ADHD. But of course, we also know that holidays are notorious for throwing a wrench into an already working system. You just having ADHD does not mean you have to pretty much go be left out of the holidays, but it is important that even though it is the holidays and you are participating in a lot of new events and new things, you find ways to make the holidays fit into your ADHD management. And that is why today we're talking about five self-care tips for people with ADHD. One is to be selective about the invitations and activities that you partake in. I mentioned that in a different video, but it's even more important when you're dealing with your ADHD management calendar because you've taken a lot of time to get this calendar just right to work for you. Make sure that anything that you are adding, all these new events, all these new invitations, all these new activities that you're going to be involved in, make sure that you add them to your calendar and that so I switched over to number 2, which is write everything down and fit them into your calendar. Write everything into this perfectly managed calendar that you have created so that you're not trying to manage 2 different calendars. You're not doing things haphazardly. You're not going back to the old days of no calendar. Make sure everything is written down and that it is written down into your existing calendar that is working for you, your existing schedule plan organization system. 3, find ways to balance diet and activity changes or variances, because a lot of, and with ADHD, we talked about the importance of a healthy diet, a diet that supports your ADHD needs. And of course, one of the things that we've talked about is the importance of managing processed sugars. And during the holidays, there's a whole lot of processed sugars. So find ways to create a balance. If you are going to holiday parties and you're having holiday cookies and you're having all sorts of holiday food that is definitely not part of your regular ADHD management diet, make sure that you're finding ways to balance that out, getting a little bit of extra exercising in, figuring out ways to counter the things that you take in at parties with the things that you do when you are at home. Find ways to create that balance. Make sure that you are taking some downtime. With ADHD, you know that there is going to be that time where you need that, that me time, that time where you get to go and let out the energy, do a little bit of exercising, give your brain a break. Make sure that you are still taking that time. You are still taking those breaks. Yes, there will be times when those breaks that you take will be, you take a break to go to the holiday party, you take a break to go to whatever, but make sure that you are taking that self-care time, that personal me time to recenter and just get yourself together. Finally, make no apologies. A lot of times when we have our own personal issues that we have to deal with, sometimes there's a little feeling of guilt when you're not able to do everything for everyone, with everyone. Don't feel that don't make apologies. You have to manage life in a way that works for you, in a way that allows you to thrive and succeed. And if you are going to be taking time out to do things with other people, make sure those are the things that you want and can and need to do. And those things that you cannot do, you need to learn to accept that those are just not going to be able to make it. And do not make apologies. Do not feel bad. Do not feel guilty. Yeah, you'll tell the person, yeah, you know what? Unfortunately, this event I can't make this event. Unfortunately, whatever. But accept that there are only 24 hours in a day, and that even though it's the holidays, you still have life and responsibilities, and that you are going to make cuts. You are going to have to say no to certain things and be okay with that. Quick recap. 1, be selective about the invitations and activities that you take part in. Make sure that they are, pick the ones that mean most and are most important to you. 2, write everything down into your existing into your existing plan. Make sure that, of course, you can see them, that they are in that they make your whiteboard and things like that. Find ways to balance your diet and activity changes or variances find ways to counter the changes that you're making, the things that you know you normally don't eat that you're eating, and find ways to create that balance between the new and the existing, or what you need to be doing. 4, make sure you're taking some downtime. Make sure that you're coordinating your breaks with the parties and with the events that you need to attend. Make sure that you're taking time to recenter and get things back get back to your zen. And finally, make no apologies. Accept that there are going to be limitations. You only have 24 hours in a day, and you still have life and responsibilities. So when you cannot make something, when you have to decline an invitation, just learn to accept that this is what it is, and don't waste your time and energy feeling bad over the things that you could not do it, because that's just what happened. That is all we have for today. Good morning, world. Have an awesome day.